Ryan Galante, 20 years Marine Corps. Favorite crayon is red. They are delicious. So a typical day for myself at the Veterans Future Foundation is working with the National Director, Johnny Martin, and helping with the onboarding of new graduates from the University of Health and Performance. Also collaborating with Team Red, White, and Blue and getting that partnership built and trying to graduate our graduates to get integrated with them just to promote the health and performance overall. So the mission of Veterans Future Foundation is really just empowering military veterans and having a seamless transition process from whether it's active duty reservists or even since they've been out, trying to establish some of their personal and professional goals, get them back on their feet, and the beliefs in themselves, and then just empowering them with so many different resources to help them grow individually. The biggest thing that motivated me to work in the veterans sector is just having gone through so many different adversities myself, and getting the help through mental health and other individuals, and knowing how much that impacted me positively. I want to be able to give that knowledge and experience that I had to other people that either share similar experiences or adversities, and just kind of help them progress and face those issues themselves. The biggest way that we can measure impact from the Veterans Future Foundation is just the constant engagement that we have with our graduates once they graduate from the University of Health and Performance, and just seeing what they've taken from UHP and how they're applying that in their real lives and how positively it's impacted them. Keeping that constant engagement with them, and then now knowing that they're just not graduating and being left to kind of figure it out. We constantly do weekly calls with them to kind of motivate them, keep them going, and keep them set on a path that they set for themselves after they left the university. The biggest, I would say, goal, one of the most inspiring ones to myself, is we had an individual, David Burke, came through here, and I was actually a graduate assistant for that course, so I was helping out Coach Hunter. And Dave, he just came off of an opioid addiction. Just lost his arm from his elbow down on his right side. So he was dealing with a lot. He would try to look around the campus to try to find places where he could stay because he didn't know how to transition back to his lifestyle. And then through those 3 weeks, just engaging with him, talking to him, letting him know that his life does matter. Him being here serves a purpose, and he's here for a reason. And then seeing his growth after that. He's gone across the nation talking with different hospitals and trying to reinvigorate himself into the civilian sectors and the medical fields, and trying to help other veterans who either suffer from addictions or amputees. So his mindset and his focus from I have a purpose has just grown exponentially from here. So that was probably one of the most inspiring stories and individuals that I've met from this program. I think the biggest challenges veterans seek when looking for support is just being vulnerable. Men and women, we carry a lot of pride in ourselves, especially for being in the military, no matter what branch. We never want to ask for help because we think it's a sign of weakness. I think that mindset has switched, and it has been more focused on mental health and asking for help, and that's the true strength, is being able to say, hey, I need some help. And we do that at a great level here, while holding space for one another, listening to see where we can interject or what resources we can provide for those individuals to ensure that they're opening up is not a sign of weakness, and providing them with as much help and encouragement to continue to communicate with those around you that want to see you progress. I think the biggest thing that we provide at Veterans Future Foundation, University of Health and Performance, is just constant engagement. Like I said, we do weekly calls, we'll do one-on-one coaching. So it's not just a program, hey, congratulations, you completed this program, go forth and do great things. It's what are your next steps? What have you established from yourselves? And then also we reach out to other professionals and doctors and other organizations that can do talks in front of these veterans through Zoom calls or through Google Meets, and just provide them constant resources, constant engagement, constant communication. So even when they leave here, they're still not left on their own. I think that's one of the biggest things when you leave the military. It's like, where do I go from here? Where's my support system? So that's what Veteran Futures Foundation prides ourselves in, is that support system. That camaraderie is still there, and they're not left alone. So they have someone to turn to, someone to ask for help and to guide them in whatever it is that they may need. Some of the biggest programs that we're currently working on right now, again, Team Red, White, and Blue, an amazing organization, heartfelt individuals, constantly just want to help us as much as we can. And another organization as well as the Third Therapy Project, just getting people involved outdoors, building, helping build dirt tracks, but just getting more community involvement, reaching out to different communities, different veterans, different backgrounds of individuals, and just trying to help each other grow individually, spiritually, mentally, and physically. The biggest way that we stay responsive is just staying connected with our grads, finding out what it is that they need. Their input drives our direction. What they say, programs that they've been to that haven't given them, either resources or given them directions or have kind of maybe let them down. We try to take that input from them and build off of that to ensure that we're bettering our program and that we're bettering the individuals that are involved in our program, to ensure that their growth is constantly moving forward. So our input is what leads and what drives this organization. University Health and Performance is built off of the 4 pillars of think, train, feel, and lead. All of that together is just the personal and professional goals of every individual that comes through here, self-reflection on themselves, and the blueprint of success leading forward. Where do they go after the University of Health and Performance? What does Veterans Future Foundation provide for them? How can they collaborate with Team Red, White, and Blue? And what does that look like for them? So there's a foundation of this is where I am now and this is where I'm going forward. If I could go back in time and share the experiences that I had when I initially came through in 2018, it would be more of an understanding that this is not just a physical fitness program. This is not just, hey, you can be a personal trainer. This is so much more excitement, so much more growth, so much more mental aspect of it that embodies your overall fitness, spiritually, physically, mentally. It is an opportunity that you need to take the time to enjoy it, take the time to unplug, and also just take the time to be aware of the individuals that you're around. The biggest thing I would always also take away from this and tell myself is to collaborate, to network, to be open, to be more vulnerable. When I first came through, I stayed in my shell and I stayed to myself. And it wasn't until a couple of years afterwards that I started reaching out to those individuals. And those are individuals that are going through the same struggles or same successes that we've all faced each and every day. So to be more open, be more vulnerable, network and collaborate with all those that are around you, because we all want the best for each other.